comparison of what would be considered like an A essay and maybe like a B/C timed essay, just to give you an example of what the differences might be. So let's take a quick look here. This is also on our Canvas page. So here's a comparison of an intro. So this is for a different article, but this one says, organized sports have become a big part of growing up for many kids today. In her article, Children Need to Play, Not Compete, Jessica Statsky says that the competition of organized sports can be bad for children's self-esteem. She also says that their bodies can be damaged if they are too young. Of course, some people think that competition in sports helps kids grow up to do better in the real world. I believe that sports can be a great way for kids to have fun, but I agree with the author that if it becomes all about winning, kids can be hurt in body and mind. Therefore, there should be rules in organized sports that make age-related limits on playing. Plus, coaches should be taught how to work with kids to create teamwork and enjoyment instead of just teach them how to win no matter what. So nice and thorough here. We have the article title, we have the author, we have the main point. She even talks about the other side to show it and then goes back to what she agrees with. I agree with it. Here's the reasons. And then here down here, she also talks about what should be done. So nice and thorough here. Here it says many children want to play sports growing up and many parents want them to. The problem happens when they focus too much on winning and not enough on having fun. The article discusses about children getting hurt or having low self-esteem. I think that sports can actually be good for kids in many ways. So this is a little bit too vague over here. They don't have the article title. They don't have the author. They're talking about it in general, but they say things like they can be good for kids in many ways. So what ways? So they need to be more thorough here. You can see here all of the details. In here, just kind of a vague overview. So that's the difference there. On here, we've got the second comparison. So this is the body paragraph. So here it says, first, kids that are too young for a sport can get hurt. Jessica Statsky says this in her article. She says trying to throw a curveball may put abnormal strain on developing arm and shoulder muscles. For example, my little brother played Little League growing up, and I remember his coach made his team practice throwing the ball for many hours. One of the boys really did hurt his shoulder. He had to have surgery, and he was only 11 years old. This is a perfect example of the danger of sports to young bodies. Sports teams should set up rules that limit the amount of practice time kids have. There should also be rules that do not allow very young children to learn difficult skills like a curveball before their bodies can handle it. So again, nice topic sentence. We know that it's first, kids that are too young for a sport can get hurt, so it's injuries. She quotes it here, but then all of the rest of this is her own example, and it's a good example. It's talking about her brother who played. One of his teammates got hurt at 11 years old because they were trying to make him do too much. He had to have surgery, and then she's saying, okay, we need to set some limits. This one, much more vague. Many kids are not doing well in school, so they feel bad about themselves. Such kids might be good athletes, and that's how they can learn to feel better about themselves. If they win a game, it boosts their self-esteem, and they can become popular with their friends and their team members. So this one is just a little bit shorter, less detailed, and also a little bit off topic. It's not about becoming popular or even overcoming self-esteem. It's more about whether or not people can get hurt. So this one is also a little bit more off topic. So you can see the difference here between the details in this one and the example and discussion, whereas this one is just a little bit more general and vague again. So I'm not going to go through the rest of this just because you can do it yourself. It's on, here's another body paragraph, same idea. Body paragraph 3, conclusion examples, very short. So look through this on Canvas and just kind of look at the different ways between these two essays, and you'll start to see that on the left-hand side, it's much, much more detailed. All right, guys?